that we found in these sugar areas is the issue of governance. When there is poor governance, the sugar industry will continue suffering. And I think that the privatization model that we've taken is not enough. These industries, these millers must revert to the farmers, actual farmers, like the tea farmers have taken over the tea factories, and guide them. And I would like to persuade Honorable Salasia here that the zoning that they want to introduce is going to kill the industry, because you're going to have a farmer who wants to take his cane to a certain factory and cannot get the proceeds, and they are going to suffer. Therefore, what we got from the people on the ground is that they want it to be liberalized so that we are able to fetch better markets and so that we kill this monopoly that has been happening. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Rangwe, Ndiwa, 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, Mr. Speaker. As they say in medicine, you have to stabilize a patient. Let's pay our farmers, pay our workers, so children can go to school. As we speak here, there are so many children who are not going to school. That's point number one. Number two, this leasing model, let us have a good legal framework. Otherwise, it can be abused and also can evoke emotion, the same emotion land brings, and we cannot succeed in that. The issue which also came from farmers, and I think is very important, members, is about the extension workers, which is missing in all this, and that is depressing the yields, the good sucrose. We talked about sucrose content, and lastly, the poaching. It's not about the zoning. Let's stop the poaching. There's a provision here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Rachel Nyamai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to also put my word in this very important report. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I would like to congratulate the two chairs. They have done a wonderful job, and you can tell that they put their time in this. Now that it is 1 minute, Honorable Speaker, let me be sharp and just go to the rhetorical question which I want to ask. Mr. Speaker, for how long have we known that we can plant sugarcane that can last 6 months and reharvest? And why is it that, Honorable Speaker, we have had governments that have been putting farmers in the agony of spending 36 months waiting to harvest sugar? Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank Kenya Kwanza government. I want to thank the President and to say that he is going to take this country very far, and agree with the other members that mambo ni matatu in the sugar sector. This is a sector that must be handled very quickly, very fast, because the people who are there are terrible.
Ovulindo, you have a minute. Give Ovulindo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, first, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for giving me this chance, and I would like to say that I oppose this report. I'm opposing this report because when I look at the list of the companies listed, Mumias Sugar is not there. And as long as Mumias Sugar is not there, and I represent 100% farmers, sugarcane farmers, I will not support this report. So therefore, if later on they can introduce an amendment to include Mumias Sugar in all this engagement, then I'll support the report. But for now, I oppose it.
Member for Kitutu.
What?
Take your seat, Ovulindo. Give Kitutu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to support this report.
You have a minute.
I want to support this report on the sugar because in Nyanza region, sugar sector is our coffee, is our tea, and it's our gold. So this report, I want to support it fully because there are cartels who have been in this sector who have managed to make sure that our farmers are not paid well. And I want to support it because our farmers from now henceforth, they are going to get their dues and they are going to make sure that their kids go to school well and they get back their money. And to the cartels, as they say, mambo ni matatu. Either you go to heaven or you go to jail or you go somewhere else. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Makoha Odanga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I support this report,
You have a minute.
and it is good that government pulls out of businesses, because we know government to be a very poor businessman. Mr. Speaker, lease model is being recommended, and we heard it from stakeholders. Mr. Speaker, even as we agree to the lease model, proper due diligence must be done, because